Hello, Humany viewers, it's me, Carrie. So I'm sure some of you remember this BFDI episode called BFDIA 5E, The Long Lost Yoil City, which was the last big episode we made before our 3-year hiatus from 2013 to 16. But in case you forgot what happens in that episode, I'll play a short clip to jog your memory.
Yep, metal can freeze. What made you think it couldn't?
I couldn't freeze Leafy, and she was made of metal.
Oh, that's because she was made of yoil metal. That stuff is unfreezable.
Oh, I get it now.
It's an iconic phrase, and I'm sure most of you remember that. But in this video, I want to talk about this fun fact, where part of this episode was inspired by a Citibank advertisement. And you might think, how could a silly cartoon be inspired by a bank? But here's how. So there was this ad made by Citibank in late 2011, and I probably saw it on the TV in my living room, in 2012. So I'm like 15 at the time. And, the episode came out in 2013. So it kind of, the timing all matches up. So I'll play the ad, but I don't know if I'll get copyright claimed, but, I'll just risk it, whatever.
My boyfriend and I had a big weekend planned, so I used my Citi thank you card to pick up some accessories.
It's pretty kind of you.
A new belt, some nylons, and what girl wouldn't need new shoes?
Everyone needs new shoes. But basically, I'm interjecting so that I don't get copyright claimed.
We talked about getting a diamond, but with all the points I earned...
What are you going to do with all the points you earned, woman?
I took him to the rock I really
Oh, you took him to a rock? That's so cool.
wanted.
The Citi Thank You Premier Card. Earn
Whoa, I really want that thank you Premier card.
points you can redeem for almost anything, including
Anything? I can redeem it for almost anything?
travel.
Okay, so that was the ad. I don't really care about all the bank stuff. I don't know what a thank you card is and whatever. But the thing that I was inspired by, well, first of all, the music really spoke to me. Just the way it's this emotional, kind of, not a yelp, what's the right word? Like belting out to the void, somebody left the gate open. I can't sing, but the song is called Into the Wild by LP. And this ad is what introduced me to LP's music. And they're also the person who made the song, what's it called? Lost in You or something? Let me see. Well, yeah, they're a really great musician. It's kind of more country, soulful, emotional music. Lost on You, that's what it's called. 1.3 billion views. But I used to listen to this song so much back in high school. Well, I don't want to play too much of it because of copyright. But anyway, the thing that really connects this to BFDIA is, so you have this very powerful music playing in the background paired with the visual of this woman on top of this rock structure. And watch this.
We wanted.
Do you see how she's in the foreground and the rock pillars in the foreground and the background is zooming behind her?
The Citi Thank You Premier Card. Earn
It only lasts for a few seconds, of course, but you can have this camera trick where the camera is focused on a figure and it rotates around the figure, and the background is way far in the back so that the figure doesn't change much because rotationally not much is happening. But because the background is so far behind them, even a 1 degree change of the camera angle is hundreds of feet in the background.
The Citi Thank You Premier Card.
And it gives this feeling of this character's looking over a vast world. I've conquered a feat of climbing a rock thing.
The Citi Thank You Premier
And
Card.
I wanted to recreate that, but I didn't have any experience 3D modeling or kind of doing camera work in 3D. So I didn't do a very good job. But as you know, Yoil City is this elaborate 3D rendered thing. But this was my attempt at recreating that look, and it is not anywhere near as good. Wait, is it that? No, it's this. So the camera's trying to stay focused on the Yoil needy, here. And then the reason I created so many city blocks in Yoil City, literally hundreds or even thousands of these city blocks, is to kind of create that resolution of a vast background to pan behind. And I did, I think in terms of getting enough background, it is there. which is cool. But my main issue is that I didn't zoom in enough. Like, I think if you, like, put a little character on top of the Yoil Needy, like Ruby, let's say, and zoomed in super, super far, then you could create this effect. Because, like, the most important thing is that you have a like, very, very narrow field of view when you're filming something like this.
The City Thank You Premiere.
Right, like, the camera can only be looking at, like, maybe 1 degree or even, like, narrower. Because, like, here, I think there's such a wide field of view that, like, you can kind of just see the entire background as it moves. And, like, yes, there's, like, thousands of blocks, but, like, they're not moving that fast as the camera rotates because we're already seeing, like, 30 or maybe 60 degrees of field of view at once. But can you imagine, like, if we just cropped it into this, like, 10 by 10 pixel region and, like, had a tiny Ruby on there? That would be exactly the look I was going for. And, like, yeah. So that would have been cool. I don't think I will, like, try to re-render this, though, with the, like, improved look based on what I know now, because the code that generates Yoil City is, like, extremely inefficient, and it renders about 1 frame every minute. So if I wanted to even create like a 3-second animation, that would take like over an hour of rendering. But also like the code is from 2013, so like I don't know if it still works on modern computers. So I think it's just like a lost cause. Like, you know, when you're creating something in this sort of process, like you're gonna have some successes and some failures, and this was like a failure to just kind of like remember for the books. But yeah, I just thought like this is a fun fact that no one knows about. You know, I'll like this video because like this ad inspired me to create a partially. Well, okay, I will say that the majority of Yoil City was not inspired by this. Like, I just wanted to have a city. But that one scene of the camera rotating around a figure, a 3D scene in BFDI, I made Yoil City's Yoil Needy to emulate that woman on top of the rock pillar at, what is the timestamp? 023. So powerful with LP's music in the back. Okay, yeah, this is dumb. So yeah, there's that, and then I like this video too, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, I'm overall like very happy with like the fact that I experimented with it. I will say that like there's over a minute of like scrolling through Yoil City, and like I'm sure I've already told this story, but I rendered this all out with the thought that like Michael in post-production editing was gonna like trim it down to just like the 20 to 30 seconds that looked the best, but he actually included all of it, which is why when you watch this video, sometimes you're like, why is there like over a minute of them like showing off how cool the 3D scene looks? Like, it wasn't supposed to be that long. But like in retrospect, I think that's funny, like because BFDI always like breaks rules. Like you wouldn't expect to see a minute of no dialogue in a traditional TV show, but you can in BFDI. So I think it's like a funny quirk of the way that like we kind of miscommunicated. And the other thing I was going to say is that this is just like the moral of this story is that you can kind of take, I don't know, creative inspiration from anywhere and from anything. Like a bank ad is not really telling you a very like powerful story, but like the visual style and the music can really speak to you and like give you a vibe you want to emulate. Okay, I'm not like the like oracle of like how to be creative online, so I don't want to say like there is like an absolutely right or wrong way to do things, but I know that like some people who watch me, you know, look up to me and like want to do object shows in the way that I've done them. So this is sort of like one way it happens, by watching ads. Well, okay. You don't have to watch ads if you don't want to. I know a lot of people like ad block, but like you'll miss out on things like this.
I really wanted.
Anyway, thank you for watching this silly humany video about the history of BFDI. If you want a City Thank You gift card, go get one, and I'll see you later. Bye.